so I have to turn around a lot. It's kind of good on a day like this. I don't want to slip in the fog, the snow. But just a warning, if you can't hear me, yell. And if students could come more towards the front, that would be great.
You go toward the front, maybe we'll hang out. Thank you.
Here. All right. So just a general guide of where we're going in case we fall behind or anything. We're going to go up to the academic quad and then to the science center, then to our library, and then a dorm, and then come back here. So we'll keep going. So first of all, welcome to our campus. It really looks like a winter wonderland here. I'm actually loving it. But Wellesley was founded in 1870 as a liberal arts college for women, and we'll talk more about what liberal arts colleges mean and what a women's college experience is like. But really the focus at Wellesley is on creating an inclusive environment that anyone can come and have like a successful educational experience that's accessible to all. Of course, our student body looks a lot different than it did in 1870, but those founding principles of creating opportunities for underrepresented people is really something that has carried throughout all the years at Wellesley. And just about the campus, about 500 acres, which seems very large, but most of the buildings that you need to go in are very close together. It's about like a 10-15 minute walk from one side of campus to the other. So that 500 acres is mostly made up of our lakes that we on our tour. So this building right here is the Davis Museum. We have a big sign that says Davis. We're very lucky to have a museum on our campus. If you're interested in working for the museum as a tour guide or you're interested in curating some of the exhibits, we do hire student workers all the time, and it's open and free to all students to do. I'd like to go. It is closed right now for renovations, but hopefully by the time you come here, it will be open and you can explore. I have really enjoyed going over it. We're heading up right now to the academic quad, which is our main academic area, as well as the science center. As we come up here, you can look inside these rows. This is the Scenic Art and Music Center, and as you can see, with all of these music practice rooms, one of the things I'd like to point out is that if you're interested in learning an instrument, or you do play an instrument, or sing, you can take private lessons for free as part of a music class that you take here, or as part of a music major or minor, which is really fun. Building, so that it's not so basically the layout of here is we have the Do It Art and Music Center here. Which also has our art and music library sort of down here. This is Pendleton West and Pendleton East. It's really home to most of our art studios over here, as well as the social sciences over there, and it's currently undergoing renovations as well. But you'll find departments like political science, anthropology, and then over here is Founders Hall, where most of the all and of course there's classrooms and all. And then as we come over here, we have Green Hall and the Stone Tower up here. So tower is a really great part of campus because there's some big bells up there that students and people in club learn how to play the bells. So you'll hear them practicing throughout the day, and there'll be some nice fun tunes as you're walking to a fun class. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt at any time. We're really trying to focus on the student experience and the student aspect. If you have questions about admission or final grade, you can ask the admissions counselors when we get back to the administrative offices, so the Office of the President, but also the Career Education Office and the Civic Engagement Office, so volunteering. But basically here I'm going to talk a little bit about the academic experience at Wellesley and what liberal arts college means in our context at. So does anyone know what liberal arts means or have an idea of it? Anyone? You can say some ideas. Okay, so basically liberal arts means that you're going to take a wide variety of courses and then go deep into a couple areas of study that you're interested in. But it's really about encouraging you to have a bunch of different academic disciplines in your toolkit for when you go out and graduate after Wellesley. So we have something called a core curriculum where everyone is taking, the same English 101 class or biology, whatever it is. And some colleges have an open curriculum, which is there's no requirements and you just have to take any classes that you're interested in. And Wellesley, as you can imagine, is very much in the middle of this. So we have something called distribution requirements. So those are basically buckets of areas of study. So we have a mathematical modeling one or a social behavioral analysis. So these are just fancy terms for your general subjects that you think of when you go to school. But there's tons and tons of courses that you can take to fulfill each of those requirements. So within those buckets, there's over 1,000 courses at Wellesley to choose from, as well as all of the courses at our cross-registered institutions. So a little bit about that. We're cross-registered with MIT, Babson, which is a local business school, Olin, which is a local engineering school, and Brandeis, which is another liberal arts school in the area. So what that means is you can cross-register and take any course that you're interested in at those schools, one per semester. Besides your first semester, we really want you to acclimate to the Wellesley environment. And I really think of those as not necessarily a backdoor to getting into those colleges, because you can only take one per semester, but a great way to supplement your educational experience here, which of course is very distinct to Wellesley, with other colleges. So maybe you're interested in what it's like to sit in a 200-person research or lecture hall, which we definitely don't have here, but you can do that at other colleges. So I think that's always fun. But more about what the Wellesley experience is like, we really encourage students to take a wide variety of courses and step outside of their comfort zone. And one way that I really enjoyed, and I think is super unique, and I definitely didn't think about when I was coming to college, but it really does matter, is that transition from high school to your first semester in college. Everyone is coming from different high schools, different education levels, different very fun classes. I feel like I learned so much while choosing a first name that sounds so weird. Like we have a witchcraft philosophy course, and they go to Salem every year, and learn about philosophy, witchcraft. So I'm in a Latin history class right now, and if anyone is a fan of Bad Bunny, my professor teaches the first and only common part about Bad Bunny. And he's like written about it, and it's super, super cool.
So sad. All the way up on the fourth floor, you can see those like red circular things. Those are like little study pods, and I like sitting out there. The original science building from 1926 that they preserved to the new as we walk through to this side.
see over there, there's lab spaces, and really I think the architecture really reflects how we learn in the classroom. We have all of these open windows and all of these whiteboards that fill the walls. And that really is what it's like to study here. I know in my math classes, one of my favorite math classes, combinatorics, we would come in class every day and just do group work on the big whiteboards, and that's how we learned the material. We would come in, we would struggle with the material, figure out what we understood, what we didn't, talk to the professor, talk to the other student tutor that was in the classroom, and I really think that's how all classes, not just STEM classes, but humanities classes, social sciences, it's really about a collaboration among all the students in the class. So while we're here in the Science Center, I'd like to talk a little bit about research. So even though we're in the Science Center, research doesn't just happen in science or in STEM. It really does happen in all fields. But research in college basically means that you are working with a professor, researching in depth a topic that you're interested in. And it's usually something that's new or hasn't been studied, something that you really want to dive into. So there's lots of ways to get involved. You can work directly with a professor by just expressing your interest. So that's basically what I did with my statistics professor. I just went to her office hours and I was like, I'm really interested in doing research. I don't know what it is. I don't have experience in it. Please let me do it.
you.
Right now we're in portrait gallery. So does anyone notice anything about these portraits? Yes, they're all women. So these are all of our candidates at Wellesley College, all women. So this is a great time to talk about Wellesley as a women's college and what that means. So first of all, Wellesley is a women's college, but it's not an all-women's college, it's not an all-girls school. We do have a lot of gender diversity on campus. That's why you'll see a lot of people introduce themselves with their pronouns. So it's important to acknowledge that there is this diversity on campus, but the women's college foundation and the sort of the idea of a women's college is still very, very important to your experience here. So as you notice, like as we're going through all these buildings, you have all these names everywhere, and they're all named after women. Most of them are alums of the college. Really, wherever you go, you do feel like you don't feel out of place because of your gender.
As we're looking up at this big hill, this is Sev Hill, because Severance is the dorm up there. You can see all these marks. People have been sledding since yesterday when the snow fell. I might go sledding tonight. We call it traying because back in the day when the dining halls had trays, people would use those to go sledding on the hill. And it's part of the Wellesley 100, which is like this bucket list of things that you should do while you're here at Wellesley. And this is a very popular one. It's a really steep hill. Hopefully I don't get injured. And just for a sense of place, right back up there is the academic quad. So everything is very close. You can go to and from the library to the academic quad. And up here are the dorms, some of the dorms. So everything is pretty close by. So this is Lake Waben. It is our lovely, beautiful lake on campus, home to a lot of our different traditions. So when you're a senior and you're ready to graduate, everyone puts on their cap and gown and they get a hoop, an old wooden hoop. Usually it's passed down through different orgs that you're involved in or whatever it may be. And you do hoop rolling, which apparently is this old-fashioned game, I don't really know. And you do hoop rolling from, I forget where on campus, but it ends right here at the lake. Whoever wins the race gets thrown into the lake. And there's some other traditions that have to do with the lake. But you have to come to Wellesley to find out what they're all about. But I really like having it on campus because there's just a lot of, I mean, if you have any of these dorms, you literally have a lake here. You can do kayaks, sailboats, get them from the boathouse and go out on the lake whenever it's open. One professor during COVID even had his office hours out on the lake, socially distanced on the kayaks. I don't think I would have done very well with that, but it's fun. All right, we're gonna head inside the common room of Common Court. This is Common Court. It's the largest dorm community on campus. we have 4 different neighborhoods. One of them right in front of us is Flower Court West, which is classroom, and this is Beverage here. But there also has to be some terminal tunnels. We have that involved. Almost all of the buildings are locked, so you need to have a card, which is not one card to get in. So you'll probably find you can go to the library, also the science center, all of the ones that are locked. So that is definitely safe in general. Kind of Wellesley, Massachusetts has virtually no crime, so I definitely feel very comfortable walking around outside at night. If I'm coming from the library or wherever. I've never felt unsafe here.
Thank you.
A little bit about Red's life right now. So as I mentioned before, there's 4 different main neighborhoods. Social, lots of activity going on. I live in the Quint, which is all the way up near Lulu, those big dorms with the turret towers. A lot of athletes live there because it's close to our sports center. We have Stone Davis, which is all the way where the admissions office is past Clap Library. Very, very big hall at Stone and Davis. And that will be considered east side of this, and right now we're on west side. And then the new dorms are out here in the science center, so a lot of people that are into STEM will live there. It tends to be a little more quiet on east side than west side. But they all have really their own personality and their own community feel. As a first year, you're not allowed to join with your roommates picked randomly, so you kind of get a feel of everything. You are allowed to take your roommate with you choose, like most colleges, national systems, survey, the whole deal. But you could go random, use the survey to pick someone, talk to someone, or if you find someone on social media or before you want to live with them, you can too. But all first years will have roommates who will be in most likely a double. There are few triples and quads, but it's really mostly doubles. There really isn't a typical room setup at Wellesley because the rooms are so old. All of these rooms are very but I do know really about what I would say it would be hard to do like a nutrition during this semester if it's not like if like making money is important to you and it's not paid. That would be a lot of time to
I'll see you later. Bye.
So if you have any questions, I'll be here. If you have admissions questions, they're admissions counselors. Other than that, thank you.